This episode on Beyond Defeat, we're taking a look at the New Balance 880 version 10. The New Balance 880 version 10. So quite a few things have changed from this model to the last, but firstly, this is just your neutral runner. They have up the price from 190 to 200 with this. For someone who's got quite a high instep, so that high arch, these do accommodate for that broader fitting foot, but they do also just your standard widths. Compare this to the New Balance 1080 that we'll be reviewing shortly. Even though they're the same size on paper, this will be that wider toe box area. Things they've upgraded on this, so the outsole is still that blown rubber by New Balance. Pretty sure they've added the carbon rubber in the higher abrasion areas. Similar outlay to the version 9, and the main difference in this shoe is just that midsole. So what they've added, instead of using the True Fuse in the version 9, they have done this Fresh Foam X. This is just that lighter, softer, more responsive foam by New Balance. So if you are struggling with that fit of a shoe, if you've got that, as I said, high instep, high arch, and you do have that orthotic as well, these have a nice deep heel, deep footbed the whole way through. If you have that bunion or just an arthritic chunk on your forefoot and just struggling to get the depth in the shoe, these do accommodate that nice deep toe box, just deep overall feel. Saying that, they're not too deep just for the standard fitting foot, but they are more accommodated to that high arch and just that high instep volume throughout the foot. One thing they have changed about this compared to the last one, they've moved that heel counter to being external instead of that internal. So it is a bit more stable just throughout that rear of the foot, especially with someone with an orthotic. It just guides the foot quite nicely. Move to more of that V-shaped heel than the U on the last one. So if you're training for that marathon, park run, 5k, 10k, any distance, you'll be able to run in this. They do have that full ground contact throughout the whole shoe, so even if you want the shoe that does everything and you just want to have it full cushioning throughout the whole shoe, not a whole lot of support, this will do the job. Moving on to your comparisons between your 880 V9 and your 880 version 10. So between your 880 V8 and V9, there wasn't a whole lot of difference. They just basically updated the upper. But with your 880 V9 and your V10, they basically changed your whole three components. Firstly, starting off with your outsole, not a whole lot has changed in this part compared to your midsole and your upper. They still have your similar flex grooves throughout the heel, midfoot and your forefoot. So yes, still going to flex not as much as some of your neutral shoes. Still quite stiff there, but you're slightly bit more flex in your Fresh Foam, since your True Fuse was a slightly bit more rigid of a cushioning system, whereas your Fresh Foam is that bit more plusher and just has a bit more energy return. Your main difference in both of these shoes is going to be your midsole. So moving from that True Fuse, which is slightly bit more of a firmer feel when it comes to the cushioning system, moving on to that Fresh Foam X. So it does just make it for a lot better of a shoe underneath that foot, especially if you're doing quite a bit of mileage and just wanting that price point shoe at that $200. Something like your 880 will definitely do that job. Soft throughout the whole shoe, and it just does the job. Moving on to your upper now, so the New Balance 880 version 9 just have that nice engineered mesh, seamless throughout the toe box and midfoot, whereas your version 10 has upgraded to that knit. Slightly bit more durable, especially around that toe box area. Fits and feels that bit better, especially over the life of the shoe. This one isn't as stretchy as your 1080, just a slight bit of an upgrade. The 880 version 9 fitted like a glove. Fit and feel of the uppers are quite similar, apart from your 880 version 10 being that bit deeper throughout the forefoot as well as your midfoot area. With your heels, your version 9 was that bit more of a U shape, so a bit more of an open heel, whereas your version 10 has gone to that bit more of a V shape and just moved that heel counter to an external one. Overall fit of the shoes, I'd probably take the same sizing, so if you're at that 10 2E, you'd be looking at a 10 2E as well. You may end up doing that half size down just to get rid of that depth, but I'd be taking the same size in both of them. So if you were happy with your 880 version 9, you're going to be extremely happy with your version 10. So some brands end up fixing things that didn't need to be fixed, but with your New Balance, they've just upgraded. It just makes that shoe a bit better, especially with that midsole cushioning, that Fresh Foam X at that price point. Yeah, it's just going to blow a lot of the brands out of the water with that cushioning. Anyways, if you liked what we've done in this video, hit that like button. If you gain any knowledge and want to see what's more to come, hit the subscribe, and we'll see you in another video.
Yeah, it looks good, mate.
Thanks, mate. Did put a lot of time and effort into it.